From the movie coming out 9 years after the first game was released, to the monsters being created by the legendary Jim Henson's Creature Shop, Five Nights at Freddy's is all set to scare this Halloween in cinemas. Yup, the horror video game is now going to be a movie. It's actually more than a video game at this point, but that's where it started. A video game released in August 2014, created by Scott Cawthon. Since then, it's gained a huge following worldwide. The main series of FNAF consists of 9 video games that take place in locations connected to a fictional family pizza restaurant franchise, which is called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, named after the franchise's mascot, an animatronic bear. In most of the games, you play as the nighttime employee who must use tools like security cameras, lights, doors, and vents to defend yourself. And the villains are the evil animatronic characters that come alive in the restaurants once it closes. The series has a fascinating lore that's gradually revealed through voice recordings, mini-games, and Easter eggs featured throughout the games. The franchise also includes spin-off games and other media, like a novel trilogy and an anthology series, and all that ties together to create a completely fictional universe. FNAF has a really active fan base known for creating fan art, fan games, and even merchandise for the games that are available internationally. It's pretty wild how huge this franchise has become, so it was only natural that a big screen adaptation would follow. The movie is set for a Halloween 2023 release. The film was actually announced less than a year after the original game was released, but then production ran into some snags, and Warner Brothers put it on hold. So they finally started filming for Five Nights at Freddy on February 1st this year. This is after it got delayed for another 2 years after being finalized, because they had to make some changes to the script. But good news, the filming wrapped up on 3rd April 2023 in none other than New Orleans, the perfect city for a creepy horror movie. And just 3 days later, on April 6, 2023, the producer Jason Blum took to Twitter and shared the release date of the movie. It's going to be out 27th October 2023, just in time for Halloween. You might have noticed that horror movies are now coming out both in theaters and on streaming platforms at the same time. For example, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Both of which are made by Blumhouse, did this too. And guess what? Five Nights at Freddy's is following this trend too. When the movie comes out, you'll be able to watch it in theaters, but if you'd rather stay at home, you can also stream it on Peacock. But before you commit to watching the movie, let me tell you a bit about the plot. The movie is about a guy called Mike Schmidt, who takes on the job of being a nighttime security guard at a pizza place. It's a family entertainment center with a pizzeria and an indoor amusement park. But as soon as Mike starts working there, he realizes that something is definitely off. The animatronic mascots, which are used to entertain families during the day, aren't just regular robots. They're actually alive and have a serious grudge against people who stay in the building after midnight. This obviously isn't good news for Mike, who has to use whatever he can find to defend himself from these creepy bots and survive the 6 hours of terror between midnight and 6 a.m. Now, that's the bare-bones, basic plot that we know of. I mean, I have so many questions. Does the entire movie take place overnight? Or does Mike slowly start realizing that these robots are no good? The original trailer for the video game can give you some idea of what to expect. So, when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, they released a trailer on IGN's YouTube channel on September 3rd, 2014. And the trailer has almost 18 million views. Whoa, it's literally been like 9 years since then. Even though it's only 30 seconds long, it's enough to give you chills. The trailer starts with Freddy Fazbear and his creepy friends on stage while kids cheer in the background. Now, during the day, Fazbear's Pizza is a fun and happy place. But at night, things take a scary turn. The security camera footage shows us what really goes on when the lights go out, and it's not pretty. Freddy and his crew turn into something straight out of a horror movie, and it's enough to make you never want to visit that pizza place again. I'm shooting in the dark about what the story will actually be, but I do have details on the cast. Josh Hutcherson will play the role of Mike Schmidt, the terrified security guard at the center of all the action. Now, you may remember Hutcherson from his work in the Hunger Games movies and Red Dawn, so he's no stranger to the action thriller genre, but this will be his first time entering the horror genre. Other than him, we also have Matthew Lillard, who plays the role of William Afton. That's the guy who owns the pizza place. Now, Lillard is no stranger to the horror genre. He's actually played Shaggy in the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie and has voiced the character in the cartoon since 2009. Then we also have Elizabeth Lail, who will play the role of Vanessa in the movie. But I don't want to say too much about her role, because it might end up being a spoiler for those of you who didn't follow the video game series. The movie also stars Piper Rubio as Mike's younger sister. And then there's Kat Connor Sterling, who's apparently in a villainous role too. Seems like there are a whole lot of bad guys in the movie. I already feel bad for Mike the security guard. But it all seems to be coming together for one horrifying Halloween movie. But it wasn't always smooth sailing for the film. A movie adaptation of the video game has been in the works since April 2015, just 8 months after the first game was released. Warner Brothers was originally set to distribute the film with Roy Lee, Seth Grahame-Smith, and David Katzenberg as the producers. Gil Keenan, who had directed the Poltergeist remake, was later announced as the director, with Tyler Burton Smith co-writing the script. But development stalled, and the project was put on hold by Warner Brothers. In March 2017, franchise creator Scott Cawthon teased that the film would be moving to Blumhouse Productions. And then, after almost a year of silence, it was announced in February 2018 that Chris Columbus will be writing and directing the movie. Despite this, the project continued to face issues with the screenplay, leading to further delays. But there were more changes in store. In October 2022, Jason Blum announced that Emma Tammi would be directing the movie instead. Now, Tammi has directed episodes of the Blumhouse show Into the Dark on Hulu and the supernatural horror film The Wind. And while she may not have the same level of experience as Columbus, she has worked with Blumhouse Productions before, and she's definitely capable of handling the high-profile nature of the film and the established franchise. Tammi will also be co-writing the screenplay with Seth Cuddeback and the franchise creator Scott Cawthon. But do you know what the best part of the movie is? Jim Henson's Creature Shop will be handling the creature creation. This news was announced by Jason Blum when he posted a picture of the Creature Shop with a sculptor working on a scale model of Freddy Fazbear. The involvement of such a renowned big name has only raised anticipation for the movie, as fans can expect the animatronics to be nothing short of spectacular. And that's all we know about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.